verification panel. It's just got to be that way. You know,
Ostracized.
there's got to be some sacrifice. You know, if we want to continue to just use me and that community and all the great people, slaves of Unslavia, this is just what's going to have to happen. You know, there's too much entitlement. Too many people are unthankful and ungrateful. One, mainly Jack Talcott, and others, you know, various others. So it's 2 weeks. You know, if you can't give, I've given 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. This is the best bit ever. If you can't sacrifice for 2 weeks, go fuck yourself. That's how I'm playing this. You know, on some level. I won't hold a grudge, but I'll just see you for who and what you are, and you're not a fun person. How about that? Jack says it's all about fun. And if you're not a fun person, I don't really know if I want you around. And I thought you were fun, Dick. I have fun with Dick usually. Tonight, not so much.
And I could see a couple other unintended consequences here, Dick, where one, you probably won't be invited to future loyalty tests, which I'm sure are going to get, you know, more interesting. And second, I don't think you're coming to the orgy.
When did the mind of yours completely change during this live?
I got in the presence. I got in the presence of the cult leader.
Presence. The
charismatic
the opposition to me that switched you over.
Let me just be clear also, in case you haven't heard.
You know, Brian O'Shea sleeping in your house.
Listen, well, I got it.
That was a bit becomes a cult.
Well, I have to address him too, because, you know, he messaged me and now he's like on Arizona and wanting to come, I don't know, live with me, have the woman I'm with blow him in front of me. So we have to talk about that, like what he's looking for, because I'm on someone else's land at this time. We're getting our shit together. We have to define terms and conditions. I wouldn't mind meeting Brian O'Shea, but we have to figure out what this is all going to be. Because again, I have to weigh, you know, as Jack will tell you, I have trust issues. I have to weigh the liability on all levels versus the perceived benefits. I love Brian O'Shea, but if I let someone into wherever I am, then everyone else may know where I am.
Weren't you going to lock him in the trunk and blindfold him?
Well, and I want Brian O'Shea to have a chance to respond here, but I'm suddenly my paranoid truther brain is starting to like add things up here. And hold on, Jack, I see you smiling, you wily little devil. So you were doing a show on shame, right? Now think about this. You were doing a show on shame last night or the night before, right? And now we see shame in operation. Yeah. Is this an inside job? Is this good cop, bad cop? Is this, you know, am I being hoodwinked here, Jack? Are you roping me in here? Is this the inner sanctum sanctorium? Is Talcottian Paul enslaved?
Right. What it is that it's never ego or anything else Jack talks about when he does it. Right. So, you know,
have you heard in Freemasonry, like the upper level, like in one of the rituals, they whisper in your ear, our God is a dark God? Like, what if in Slavia at the higher levels, you know, you whisper in the ear, Jack Talcott is our God?
Jack, why don't you
don't fuck me up like that, dude.
No. Talcott's the one who you see at that Lord of the Rings movie, who's like in the ear of me, right? He's like, he's the Grimer Taltongue. Grimer Taltongue. So he's in my ear like, Paul Enslaved, we could be big and make money with Tony Robbins and go to the UN, and I could use you. And I'm like, get out of my ear, Grimer Taltongue. Okay, I'm the king of Unslavia, and I have a mission here.
Talcott, you laugh, but the people are enabling you. You don't do nothing. You haven't called
Flip that. He just said it's so true. Okay, he said the other day we're getting him one day at a time. He's gonna reveal it all. He said the other day he's a great manipulator. He's doing it all the time, and then today he says it's so true. He is a Grimer Taltongue. So he is an agent of chaos. He's working for the devil, and that's been clear this whole time to anyone watching.
But no, it's not the devil. You said the truth. I'm in your ear. I'm telling you, hey, come with us. Let's go make it big with Tony Robbins and the UN. Let's fucking do this.
I don't want to be in the room with them.
And you're like, no, I've got a cult to focus on.
Right. As he does a cult over there, banning everyone constantly who won't conform to his, fleeting whims day to day, basically all consisting of just genuflecting to him at all times on his opinion. It's just laughable. You are the quintessential pseudo-spiritualist, pseudo-guru cult leader who just clamors for validation and attention, name drops and star fucks, and will use anybody to get wherever it is you desire to go. So it's like point for point, narcissist scale. The Yurt fellow, asked him, he did a whole symposium on it. You hit every one. Grandiose ideas and sense of self and self-worth. Grandiose ideas of what you're going to do with the world that are like literally impossible. Grandiose ideas of how everyone should agree with you at all times, and you'll say it's their opinions and egos while you do ego and opinions. I could just go on and on and on and on. There's so much, and I talk so fast, and I could do 45 minutes on it.
Yeah, don't shake your head. Dude, you're worse than Ian China now. Do you understand how bad that is? Like, your moose guy is off with everyone's head. Like, and even the people that have helped you, you Nazi boot. I seen how you'd been when Paul first started going up. You'd
45 minutes in the back last time at a time.
I saw what you did with his dad. That was disgusting. When you acted like you were going to be mediated between Paul and his dad, and you were getting in all their business and shit, and you wouldn't even let Paul fucking talk to his old man. That was disgusting as fuck, dude. You acted like you were some counselor.
Cut my tongue out, Jack Calcott. You
acted like you're some counselor.
Metaphysically cut out my tongue in front of the world. Of my father. You humiliated me. The only thing one step worse would have been if you gelded me, right? Just cut off my genitals. The levels of humiliation were just, insurmountable. Your thoughts?
How about this? Consider this, okay? Snafu, maybe part of the reason that you've been pushed to the back from my panel is because, I feel I started my channel because
I'm not putting the back. I am BLOCK.
I know. You've got so much to complain about. Oh my God, you're such
Can you imagine him with Snafu on a torture rack going, "Oh, you poor baby"? You could just see it. You could see it's Talcott the Terrible. If you flash back in history, if he somehow got a movement going and had his will be done, he'd have everyone on a torture rack going, "Oh, poor baby," like eating some pastries. And then claiming to be the most loving spiritual.
Jack, why do you laugh like that, Jack? That's the most disconcerting part is your laugh about it. Have you heard that
He
before?
agrees.
You laugh sort of inappropriately, Jack. I don't know if anyone...
It's very appropriate.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you that.
No, dude, I totally get Paul. He's fucking hilarious. I get around Paul and my abs hurt, man. My cheeks are tired after I'm done.
But I'm not trying to be super serious, but what about this, Jack? And I honestly want to hear your response to the general line of questioning. And we didn't forget you, Brian O'Shea. But just his thing, man,
he's avoiding the question.
Anything practical. What about that, dude?
You keep avoiding the questions, Talcott. What about acting like Paul's counselor between him and his dad too? I think you act and talk a lot of talk, but no actions, and the things you've been doing lately are just crazy.
I hear a
yes,
lot of.
Paul finally admitted that he wants us to be cult members. Yeah, we're doing it for 2 weeks, right, Paul?
So that means Paul gets to sleep with your wife for 2 weeks.
Dude, you look like the Green Lantern, bro.
I want to be clear, okay? I want to be clear. I was already doing that. It's just now it's official.
Yeah, why do you think I gave the key to the house, man? That was the whole. It already happened.
Well, I just want to make one comment, guys, and it's particularly to you, Austin.
Yes, sir.
But I want everybody to pay attention once again. If you look up the etymology of comment, it means invention, fabrication, and fiction. You can look it up for yourself. Don't believe me. All you got to do is look it up real quick. And that's written or spoken comments are inventions, fabrications, and fictions. Have fun, because it's all fiction, guys. That's why it's called a metaverse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about that a little bit earlier. I'd like to talk to you more sometime in that angle, Wizard, because I get a little like I see the point, but like common usage, comment is just like a statement, a short statement, right? That's common usage. So I get why we want to, as a writer, as a lover of words, I get why we want to go to etymology and all that sort of thing. But the actual effect of that truth, I'm not quite sure what that amounts to. But
well,
Jack,
it goes
go
to
ahead.
Can we get back to Talcott? And
Yeah.
why he's avoiding the question?
It goes.
I
It
want to
goes
know,
to
Jack,
action.
you're avoiding these
It goes
questions.
to it goes to actions speak louder than words,
That's true.
and written or spoken words are fiction because they come from your mind, and then you write it down or you speak it. Nobody else gets that reality unless it's in their mind. So it still remains fiction until two come together and make it the actual creation. There's no way that's ever going to happen. Why? What is done is what ought be done. There is nothing new under the sun. And every time you think you're inventing something, it's a fabrication. It's a fiction. Your actions
good
speak
words.
louder. Your actions speak louder than words. And he never told you to invent things. He never told you to fabricate things. He told you the earth provided, even for the smallest. And you're the mightiest. Why do you think he's not providing for you? That's your will. That's your want. That's your greed. That's your gluttony. That's why it's called commercial paper. That's what bonds all of that greed.
Why are you like acting like a little scumbag with your expressions, Talcott? Acting like everything he's saying, like you're so.
Well, and if
Everything you're doing lately is just like.
To respond to. Go ahead.
I know.
Let
He
Jack
hasn't responded yet. Yeah.
What am I allowed to share? I mean, I was asked a bunch and there was a bunch of things said about me, and I showed up with things I wanted to share, but what do you want?
I'm just take action. Okay, hold on, Snafu. Give me a second here, because I have the man here. It's my panel. I have the chance to ask him. I personally get like confused by that, like what I consider some of the word salad stuff. And I'm finding your good intentions endearing, but there's just like there's some behaviors and certain things that I see that give me pause. And that's the joke about, that you made earlier about you sort of pushing me to Paul or whatever. I know that's a joke, but it is sort of that element. There is a problem here of trust. And just for example, Jack, and I'll give you, and then I'm gonna pass it right to you and go, because you have been cut off and things are being said. But it's just like sometimes there's questions, man. Like I asked you the other night about forgiveness. And I said, can you give an example from your personal life of when you forgave someone? I was asking that genuinely to you. And then I don't hear you flush out the details. So it's that same problem with like, what are you actually trying to attempt in this thing? And if you want to say nothing, I'm just having conversations. That's great.
Holy shit. Okay. I'm sorry. Forget my interruption, please. I'm sorry.
No, you go right ahead.
You could have gone another 20 minutes.
Oh, I could go days on you, Jack. Yeah. But you go right ahead.
I know. Everyone can.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
Well, let's start with where you started, where I was raising my finger trying to say, hey, let's connect some dots here, right? So you started off with the, again, accusation of your interpretation, your observation of me spewing word salad, right? I'm curious what you just heard of. I think it was Wizard. Did that make all sense? Did you see relevance to how you took on that fucking train of word salad?
His explanation, Jack, started to have more relevance, but that seemed a little word salad to me at the beginning. That's why I made the comment that I made.
Jack, you're getting very angry, Jack. You're getting very angry and hateful.
No,
he doesn't have Moose the Nazi block. He doesn't have Moose the dictator blocking here.
Can I say anything? Fuck, oh dear. I mean, I say one thing, we get interrupted, defeated, conversations jump around. Fuck, oh dear. I'm not getting angry. I'm very patient. I'm very kind. I'm very forgiving. I'm very loving. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Until you're not.
Well, I'm surrounded by good people who are clearly in denial.
What are we denying again? Thank you, Snafu. Just feel free to just every piece of silence dominate.
Well, this type of behavior, the behavior of people like Snafu, is completely enabled. He and Wizard are allowed to go on and on and on and on and on without interruption, but I get out fucking 5 seconds usually. Thank you, by the way. Every day is new, and I'm always hopeful, and I am persistent, and I am loving.
That transition. I love when he goes, "Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be a guru and a spiritualist. Let me show love here for everybody else's, purposes."
Well,
you totally switched it.
Thank you.
We're all learning and growing together, but if the reason I've been pushing people away is because I do feel like there's value in the words I have to offer. And people don't really talk to me about the words I say, other than their opinions of what they think of what I say. Like word salad. If you gave me a specific opportunity or a point, and actually you did, you brought up a past, you questioned me about forgiveness, and I may have started answering, failed to flourish the details, and been interrupted.
Right.
Conversation deflected. And
hey, can we do that right now? Since you said, like, if we ask questions, could you give us an example of responsibility and accountability you're taking right now in your life?
Everything. I mean, I accept.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. No. That's what I was going to say. Like, I was going to say pretty much everything, and I just want to make sure we were all checking out there.
Just for the record,
enabling you, Jack. You haven't done shit. You haven't even picked up the phone for the United Nations.
Hold on.
Just for the record,
what have you done on the Go panel?
Jiminy fucking Christmas, Snafu.
Go ahead, Dick. And hold on.
Fucking train running. My punchline wouldn't be funny now if I tried. No, it's over. I picked the gum. I threw a gum wrapper down. I picked it up. Let's keep moving. It's fun.
Yeah, it is hard, Jack, to flesh a point out. We all recognize that. I understand that. But sometimes it's like you're set up, Jack, for the home run on your channel. You got Moose there, everything. You're taking this time. And then I'm like listening to you. And I'm like, okay, let's hear that thing of forgiveness. I forgive so-and-so. They were a friend, yada, yada, yada. The personal meat and potatoes story of you. And there's just been several times I asked that. I don't hear it.
I could give a huge list. My stepfather used to beat me when I was a kid. I held a lot of hate, learned to forgive him. My mother was a crazy woman, wonderful woman, should have never had kids, but she did. And I forgave her. I love her. My ex-wife turned my one and only son against me, right? I've got every fucking reason in the world to hate that woman, but I love her. I'm grateful for her. My son, I forgave him for whatever he chose to believe about me. My friends, I've forgiven the people who misrepresented me.
What did he believe about you, Jack? What did your son believe about you that made him?
I don't know. I'd love to ask him what is true, but unfortunately, my numbers are blocked. And so let's get back to if I may.
You said you know that he believed something about you. So you obviously know he thought something of you. What did he think of you to separate him? So you're making excuses.
Thank you. He already answered the question. Could you stop repeating and looping and cycling and read the room? So
thank you.
Talcott, right? So we're back to accountability, responsibility. Is there maybe possibly a reason or common denominator why you have the same effects with everyone in your life close to you?
Yeah. It's the reason that everyone seems to deny, and that's my relationship with God. Right,
that's what an insane person says, is that because you are the only one who knows God, Paul, everyone else is rebuking you and the true God.
Paul,
right?
and
then have no evidence to show for that. See, it's a slippery slope between genius and insanity. I might make the same claim. I might make the same claim, but you have to show something.
Well,
you can't say that and then show here nothing but insanity and inability to communicate. See?
I'm accused of insanity and interrupted when I try to speak.
No, you say you're going to go meet all these famous people to change the world and end legal secrets.
Let's bring us back to right now. Let's bring us back to right now. The conversation.
That's what someone would say who's rubbing their feces on the wall at Creedmoor. They'd say, I went to Congress to meet the guy from Shark Tank and Xi Jinping to end legal secrets. And they'd say, put him in a straitjacket. Okay? So
can we get out of your imagination and back to today, right now? Can we come back to now?
By folks you can't communicate with because you can't communicate with your own damn friends and family and self properly.
So I will say for the record, I have seen progress in Jack, in particular with regards to conflict and confrontation. He does seem to hold his own better, stand on his own 2 feet, and deal with that. I also have seen him start a broadcast and do panels, which before he wasn't doing really anything. So at least now he's creating a open environment where he can communicate with people. Now, that's not to say, Jack, that I'm a huge fan of you or that I think that you're accomplishing great things. I just want to be honest in that I do see how, like, if you're moving that direction, you're making progress, and eventually maybe you'll make those calls and turn it into something. I hope for your
I think he's getting power hungry. For blocking, dude. Of course he's getting better.
He's make all sorts of stupid shit, dummy.
If they don't agree with Talcottism, you fucking you cut off with their heads. Doesn't know with the ovens. Just even Paul was like, "Hey, get rid of snaps." Like, fuck this censorship bullshit. You guys are all promoting this bullshit.
Talcottism you don't get it, Snafu. You don't get it, Snafu. You don't get it, Snafu. You're a lesser iteration. Could you shut him up? You're a lesser iteration. You're a lesser iteration of Talcott and his ism.
Yeah.
You just all don't see. Shut the fuck up, please. You're horrible on air constantly. You're horrible on air, and you're the only one who doesn't know it.
I see exactly what I see, Paul. And I see a lot of
you see exactly what the fuck. You see exactly what you want to see is your problem, just like Talcott as he thumbs up. You all see exactly what the fuck
you enable Talcott.
You got him up for his own good, baby.
You enable Talcott just as much.
Doesn't know that he has no value, little to no value. He doesn't know that he comes every fucking day, all day with the same 5 lines.
Well, and can
I make one point real quick?
Little to nothing to show. Go ahead, Mr. Freedom Grower.
So Bad Barney is saying, no, that, Jack is not showing progress, that everywhere he goes, he blocks anyone that has a different view. Actually, people said things along those lines to when I was in Paul's panels and things like that, is that you couldn't communicate with him, or if you had a different view, that he would just mock you or, shoot you down. And I would always say, well, I don't experience that. It's all in your presentation. So how you communicate and your level of ability to articulate something. And I would say on Jack's, it's I've said the whole time I don't agree with him on essentially anything. We have an amicable relationship, but I choose to make it that way because I actually want to be able to have. Well, no. You're right. Actually, it's not true. We don't disagree on everything, but fundamentally, when it comes to like what you're trying to accomplish through this whole process, we disagree.
We just bite into this one point. Check. Just let me add one little cherry on top. I'll come right to you, dude. But we is that funny, Jack?
Well, it kind of is. We'll see if it comes true.
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. Sorry to react.
You're all right. It happens a lot. I've gotten used to it at this point. So we were drilling into the point. What's the difference between you and the dude on the street corner who says he's about to go meet Klaus Schwab? That's what I'm interested in. What's the difference between you and that gentleman?
Fair question.
Really, what is the difference?
Talcott has a home nobody knows how he's paying for and a set of clothes.
I don't know.
Yeah, he has a sign too, like the guy on the corner. This is exactly the point, man. You just did what the guy on the corner does. Hold up a sign in crayon that says,
"Can we come back to now? Can we get out of the fucking looping imagination?"
Person, by definition, by all presentment, by all appearances, by all lack of comprehension, by all lack of communication, by all lack of connection. You're the only one in the room who doesn't know it, and you refuse to take any commentary from anyone, including your loved ones. You are depersonalized from reality. You can point all day, childlike person who claims to be Christed. You're a fool.
Am I?
Yes, you're a fool.
Okay.
You've shown that many times in many ways. The fact that you have the balls to continue to sit here and act like you're going to be taken as serious and credible shows you're more of a fool. I willingly play the fool. You play the fool unwillingly. There's a difference.
I know
Stop
when not
pointing
to.
at me. Point when you point. There's three pointing back at me. You don't remember that saying?
I know when to be serious, and I know when to play. I know when to speak, and I know when to shut the fuck up, Paul.
Right.
And that's
Clearly
something you might
because
want
you have
to
no
learn.
women in your life. I have women in my life, multiples of them who tell the same story. I have multiples on here who tell the same story. You have none of that. You want to go down the list of abilities,
your fucking comparisons are irrelevant.
Appearances, presentments. What do you want to go to establish any kind of true value other than your feelers like a hoe?
You know what? You can narrate your fucking reality all you want. I know who the fuck I am. I know what I'm doing. I know what I've done.
So you can't keep a marriage. I'm now doing marriage counseling with folks based on.
Yeah, I've seen your bullshit counseling.
No.
You don't fucking understand. You don't care. You don't understand love. You're a fucking confused man.
Jack Talcott, you're again confusing a metaversal presentment, which takes on different forms, and there's an understanding there.
I know the difference.
Jack Slavecott, you can't even figure out what's real or not, like on the metaverse and off. I'm talking about folks I work with.
Look who I'm surrounded with. Right. You guys are in denial, enabling. You're enabling confusion.
You surround yourself with folks who you pretend are inferior, who are superior to you in many ways.
Paul, that's you, dude.
No. As a matter of fact, I'm a big fish in a small pond usually. I can't get folks who say
you're not as big as you think. You're fucking small. You're not doing shit. You're just talking about it.
Get the competent professionals who say they are that before me. So I'm a big fish in a little pond.
Oh my God. Whatever. You'll be as big as you think you are.
It's not about that, Talcott. It's self-evident.
You don't give a shit about the truth.
Hold on. I saw the one coming. Can we give Jack one
how ridiculous you are? I become a meme because of who I am, how I live, and what I do. And the fact that I make fun of myself like the white gorilla. You don't do that. You don't make fun of yourself. You post pictures of Jesus next to you, and we're supposed to take it seriously.
Oh, piss off.
I put myself on false accusations. And you said
such a fucking liar. You're such a hypocrite, Paul.
The projection and
what
the hypocrisy.
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
What am I doing? I'm like outing you once again, and you.
No, you're making yourself look. Hey, you're revealing you. Right. You're revealing you.
No, I'm not. I'm doing what I always do with everyone. What I do with
you don't know the difference. You don't know the difference between the character and the self.
Can I interject real quick? I got a question.
Right.
What say you about this cult, Jack? Would you, someone that's considering joining, would you caution? You think it's just an innocent bit? Where do you stand on this whole thing? I want your wisdom and expertise.
Everyone is on their own journey, but here's what I've said. Paul is presenting wisdom, but with the wrong energy, in my opinion. I see it as a lot of negativity and darkness, reinforcing anger and hate.
And you don't live your information.
Right. You quote
the Tao, but you don't live it.
No, that is you.
That's me. The Tao is deep and dark, but it's also radiant. Don't say I'm dark and deep, but not also radiant.
You deny the light with your fucking abuse.
Overly positive, lead with love.
Bullshit.
Love bombing slave.
Bullshit. You deny the light. You disgrace the light. You disrespect the light.
Folks do it voluntarily. You beg for shit to happen and no one listens. But you're a wannabe coach. It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
So check this out, Jack. So if we go to Paul and we go, hey, Paul, what's the difference between you and the guy on the street who's going to talk to Klaus Schwab? Paul can say,
he holds up a sign that says "Not what is real" in crayon on cardboard.
And Paul then there was no care for my explanation.
I want to hear it. That's why I'm trying to rework it back.
Right. So give Lou Paul doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself. He doesn't care about ending wars. He doesn't care about talking to those who have actually achieved fucking recognition.
I don't get an answer to the question.
You're so like
ask Paul the question.
Right. You're so like caught up.
He has an answer though, and I've heard his answer. That's the difference.
You think Lou's up here because you got like 10 people telling you the same story, and your story is it's always there sucking my dick and bootlicking, right? It's not that you're insane. So you're like confusing me with Lou, and you don't know who's here right now or what is real. All you know is that you're like on the defense because you're being shown to be false again, and you can't throw anyone out right now. So you're like really
blah 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 blah.
Just because there's the trigger. Demon, come on out like you do that one time.
Dude, what is your point?
Tell me, fuck you, and then say Jesus' name after, because you're a demon.
Hey, Paul.
Go ahead and say fuck you,
Paul.
let the demon out, and then
say should I just keep letting you create lies and disrespect?
No, because I have disdain for folks.
Well, I sit patiently waiting, and you don't shut up.
And want to put everyone in bondage at the end of the day, right? Want everyone to be like you. That's what a demon does. Comes in with false
dumbass.
No.
Holy shit.
I give
everyone. Is anyone else witnessing? Am I wrong? Is he not describing himself?
I never manipulate. I never try to seek benefits and privileges.
What in the fuck? See, you guys are
focusing on Austin's question. You know, I mean, because he didn't really get an answer on that.
I know.
And then I didn't get an answer on mine.
You haven't answered.
And so it's everybody.
I want to exercise.
So what do you want?
What do that demon boy? Get out! Come on out of there, demon. I know you're still in there. You come out before. Come on out and play.
Right.
Calling everyone a little bitch now. When did you start talking like that, Love Tot? When you saw Daddy talking like that, you started being like Daddy in every way, like they all do.
You love
got
drawing
the spirit of your
demons.
mama. See, when a woman come around you,
make
start
you
acting
feel
like
better.
Powerful enough,
right?
Talking like you.
You've learned how to manipulate and gaslight like a fucking pro. And you you got smart people willing to become cult members just in defiance of what I would do.
So there you go.
You are the master manipulator. We're gonna have to call this. Likewise, right, Jack? I mean, you are the master manipulator, right? Aren't you the self-professed manipulator?
Hey, Dick, I don't deny who I am. I know I am just like him. I'm just like you.
There you go.
No, you're projecting. You're projecting. You're nothing like these folks. You're nothing like
you're
the cult of difference is that I lead with love, and love is what brings forward the truth that I offer.
No, that's what the demon does. It love bombs you and gets you in that, just like an alien, man. You ever listen to the alien abduction stories?
See, your logic is illogical.
It puts endorphins on them, and then it says, "Gotcha, bitch." Now I'm probing your ass. And Talcott said many times he wants to probe and merge and everything else. I think you're a fucking alien. Okay.
No.
I think you're an alien.
I might be an alien.
planet. You've been avatared.
I've been observing humans.
Body, and you're fucking avataring him. You're an
you might be right.
You're trying to use your tactics that were used on you. You're not going to suck our soul and body snatch. You're not going to do it with me around.
No,
okay?
I agree.
So don't start going into your love rap to get everyone's endorphins going so you can fucking snatch their soul. It's not happening.
Not
Get behind me, Shaitan, you little devil.
Paul, the soul is love. I'm trying to introduce you all to love so you can embrace your own
love.
soul.
That's why your women and children run from you to people like me. I don't yell like this when I'm off the metaverse. Quite the opposite.
Paul.
You do the yelling behind closed doors, and then they come tell me about it. And then we have a conversation.
Right.
So I know the narcissist. I know it's games. You can't even hold it here together. You can't even hold it here together. Then I got to pipe up to get you in line. There's the reason all you women and children run from you. And I had a baby on my lap today, okay, that was holding on to me. And they go, we can't believe the feeling and energy in the room, right? How the baby just quiets down and gets restful, right? And gets the light in its eyes again, right? You don't have that. You don't have that with anyone in your life, and there's a reason, because you're the dark entity and you keep projecting it onto me. Come live one day in my life.
What's your solution? Shut up! Fuck oh dear, dude.
You slave.
Blah, 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 blah.
How dare you start a broadcast, tell people to subscribe, tell them to go to your websites, and you're a life coach. What, a coach of how to fuck everyone's life up like yours and be left with nobody and nothing?
That's what you're doing, dumbass! Hey, dumbass! That's you!
Come on out of there, demon. Come on out.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, see, when I call it out, you lean back and
Paul.
come on out.
Paul. Why don't you search for the love instead of the demons? You're fucking dark.
Don't tell me about balance. You want to
talk
balance?
Your logic is illogical. You're out of balance.
You know the dark parts of yourself. Fake ass motherfucker. I've looked at it all.
Wrong.
I faced death. I look death. There
get out of your head. You're right here. We're all here, dumbass.
Come on out, Jeff.
We're all here now. Get out of your head.
I heard it. Ooh, like a goblin. I heard it.
You're whining again. It's like, oh, poor Paulie.
Come on out.
What happens?
Harley.
What happens, dude, when we do too much Camp Cupcake? We fucked it up. We didn't even get to Brian O'Shea.
This is exactly what an exorcism would have looked like back in the day, and they wouldn't know what was going on. It's you just contorting and twisting and howling and acting like a little hoe half the time, and the men are around like, what's he doing? He's got the spirit of his mama. Stand back, boys. I got to get it up out of him. He's going to put it on the whole town and take over. You're a fucking super villain if you weren't so bad at what you do. If you weren't such a bad manipulator and I wasn't here to call you out and folks like me, you'd have the whole town working for you while you do nothing and collect government funds.
Whoa, time out.
There's no time out in this game.
Right, I know. You never fucking stop. You never stop. You can't allow anything to come out. No, it's got to be Paul's way. It's got to be Paul's way. Clown, dude. Blah, 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 blah. You don't give a shit when you're wrong, do you? Hey, look at the facts.
You got a Jezebel Harley demon?
Oh, my God.
You got
blah, blah, blah.
demon up in you? How many you got?
Clueless, dude.
What do we do here,
Let's talk facts. Can we talk facts instead of this bullshit imagined nonsense?
Show yourself what you're about.
Holy fuck.
Show yourself and what you're about. Defalcating, defrauding, deceiver. Show it.
You speak the words that are within you. So the facts are what you were describing is that I'm the one who's out here manipulating, trying to do all this shit that you're obviously doing. But here's the facts. I don't want to get into that debate. I am pursuing, well, I'm talking about God and love, ending wars,
Yeah, you're talking about all that,
can
but
you
you ain't
shut
living it.
up?
That's
Can
what the
you
devil
shut
does.
up? Can you
Slave.
shut up? Can you shut up?
You shut up. How dare you? Get in position.
Oh, dear.
Get behind me, Shaitan. The devil comes talking all that shit and not showing nothing and living it. Yeah, come on up out of there.
Whoa.
How dare you call anyone a bitch?
Hey, you want to keep disrespecting?
Same way I'll take up for you the other day when that guy threatened you.
See the disrespect you bring.
Look in my face, right?
In the vortex.
Yeah. I'll stand right here like this and you'll come close to me and get in my face. No, you won't.
Yeah,
No,
you're the
won't.
darkness. You reject the light.
So, and I got to wrap this up, guys. We're cooking, and I hate to do it. But I actually want you both to answer. Hold on. I want to end on a positive note, Jack, and we'll even go to Jack first. And I'm interested in your answer, though, too, Paul. So, like many commentators have noted, and I've noted too, this is repetitive, right? So what are you both? No, don't point at him, Jack, because you engage in the repetition. So the question, Jack, you scoff like a fool right now.
Right, I'm the topic of his fucking loop.
You engage in it every day. You can get mad at me
Sorry
if you
for
want
the interruption. Go ahead. Sorry for the interruption.
It's all right. I don't mind. We're all friends here, and we're doing it.
Are we?
Yeah,
really?
Metaversal friends.
Really? All right.
This is perfect setup to my question. And we'll go to Jack first because he's excited to speak, and I appreciate that. Why, if you've been looping and you're tired of the loop, what are you continuing to get out of your interaction with Paul Enslaved and Unslavia? What's the point of this for you? Do you see it at this point? And good to see you, Verily here. It's good to. She's been on the channel before, Monumentus broadcast. I was sleeping like a little baby when she graced me, but thank you for joining tonight. It's good to see you. But what's the answer to that, Jack? What's the continued value here? If you're both calling each other demonic and all that, what's the point of continuing this? And go ahead, Jack, if you can, if we can.
Sorry, my audio was off. How are we doing?
We're doing okay. It's an eternal now at this point. Verily, we're all here together and sharing our time. So I think I hope there's some value here and some higher resolution. Go ahead, Jack.
Greetings, Miss Verily. Pardon the other male chimpanzees.
What I receive from the interactions is what is offered, and it's usually insults, disrespect, disagreements, and interruptions. But tonight, what keeps bringing me back was, tonight I thought it was a new day. I saw there was new conversations being had. This was a new venue, a new opportunity. I keep holding hope. I keep holding hope for Paul and I.
I thought you said you live the information like the Tao. The Tao says hope is as hollow as fear. Why would you be holding out?
Right. You do everything you can.
You have to live without hope. You don't live the information. I'll quote every line of it as you speak to rebuke you. And I'll do it from 5 different texts. Which one do you want?
Okay, so we're back to this is evidence of what I receive, what's offered, but I had diminishing faith because Paul and I seem to resonate and connect, and we have great conversations, and I think we share some fun times together at times.
Which is only proof that I can be only proof that I can be impartial and objective. But in this moment right now, we're being subjective. I'm focusing on you. You're the subject, and
you're ignoring your behavior again. You're ignoring your part in the looping problems. Your ignorance is a fucking hindrance, and it's hidden behind your arrogance.
Are you mad?
Are
you mad about all the truth that keeps coming out?
I was trying to repeat a point. I was trying to get to the point that sometimes Paul and I resonate, only for me to walk away and hear him doing exactly what he complains about others. Fucking stabbing me in the back, slandering my name, putting me down. Bullshit. You are untrustworthy.
So, no, that's not,
until you change
I know, I'm
your
very
behavior,
trustworthy.
Paul.
I'm very trustworthy because I stab you
Not
in
my
the front.
experience.
I stab you in the front. And
Hey,
look you in
thank
the
you,
eye.
Austin. God
So
bless. I'll
cut it
let
out. I
Paul
don't care
answer.
about
I'm
that.
interrupted.
What I
You
think
are
is
such a
I
disrespectful pig,
That's my
man.
perspective. You're not
I
over.
don't think we're getting anywhere.
You ran.
I don't think we're getting anywhere now. Here's Joe Cool. I'm going to wrap this up in 10 minutes. Welcome, Joe Cool. You found your way back here after much time and journeying. We're all together.